So where are we on that map? So how much longer is our next checkpoint? How far are we from the VOR? Have you listened to the ATIS at the airport yet? Where was that traffic at? Have we passed our checkpoint? What altitude are we climbing to? What's our wind correction angle? What's our ground speed? Have you gotten flight following yet? Why don't you tune up and identify the VOR? What's our true course?
Are we there yet? Hey everyone, Jason Shepard of M0A.com. And as a flight instructor, I require a lot of my students, and I sure ask a lot of questions. Multitasking in the cockpit is really difficult for new student pilots and pilots alike to get down pat. The airplane's going to keep moving forward even if your head is down in the cockpit. So how do we navigate and communicate and still manage to aviate? How can we as pilots multitask better in the cockpit with all these questions and all these things running through our head? Well, I prepared a brief presentation. I'm going to share with you guys some tips on how to better multitask in the cockpit. Let's go ahead and take a look at the presentation.
Multitasking in the cockpit. One of the best things you can do to be a better multitasker in the cockpit is to keep head down distractions minimal. What do I mean by this? Know what you're looking for or looking at. If you're looking at your sectional chart trying to navigate or looking at your nav log, study these things ahead of time so you know what you're looking for and what exactly you're looking at. Study it all on the ground. Same goes for if you're doing an E6B or trying to do a calculation. Traveling at 90 knots is not the time to learn how to use a flight computer or learn how to use a new E6B. Learn all this stuff on the ground. That way you're limiting your head down time. You're looking at the sectional chart and you say, bam, got the information I need. You digest it and you're back to keeping your eyes outside of the cockpit. Also, have it all organized. Have it on a kneeboard. Have it in a pocket somewhere on the door. Have your little organizational system. You don't need to be rooting around through your flight bag that's sitting on the back seat and you're hitting bumps and things flying everywhere. Have it all organized. Have your own system. Think of the cockpit like your office. Okay, keep everything organized so you know where absolutely everything is at. Another thing is to navigate constantly. Look and check your location over and over. Don't navigate like so many people do from just checkpoint to checkpoint. What about all that stuff in between, the 10, 20 miles in between? I want you to know every little spot where you're at. You should be able to at any time, if I said, where are we at on that map? Go ahead and put your finger down right on where we're at. Check your location over and over, all right? So that way you're increasing situational awareness so much better in the event you had to divert or trying to dodge some restricted airspace. You always know where you're at on that map. Check your location over and over. That way also when you look down at the map, you take it in, you digest it, and your eyes are right back outside the cockpit. Rather than starting over from checkpoint to checkpoint, you're really limiting your head down time when you check your location over and over. And the last thing is to aviate. Don't forget to fly that airplane. You need to trim up that airplane and lock in that power setting. The last thing you need is to have an untrimmed airplane or an airplane with a power setting going all over the place when you got your head down and you're rooting through your flight bag because you're not organized. Fly the airplane, trim it up, lock in that power setting. This would be a great time to use an autopilot as well if you have it. Just a quick recap, stay organized in the cockpit, know where everything's at, and don't be fumbling around through your flight bag. Have a kneeboard, have a system, okay? Maintain situational awareness at all time. That limits your head down time. Okay, study everything ahead of time. Learn how to use a sectional chart, a flight computer. Learn how to scan your nav log, all while you're on the ground. It's going to allow you to fly that airplane and multitask in the cockpit so much better. And lastly, fly that airplane. Trim it up, lock in that power setting, use the autopilot if you have it. Guys, that's all I have for you for multitasking in the cockpit for over 120, I think I'm almost over 120 videos now. Visit M0A.com to check out all that stuff. You're going to learn so much there and save so much money on your flight training. Any questions, you can also ask them to me there. Sign up for the email list so you're getting the pulse, the beat of flight training and general aviation. And so we can stay in touch and you can get more great videos like this. Do that on M0A.com. And lastly, guys, and most importantly, remember, a good pilot is always learning. See you guys. Have a great day.